If you are an Xbox fan, this is absolutely devastating news. If you are an Xbot, it is over for you. Phil Spencer has ended you with this conversation. You are going to hear Phil Spencer say that he cannot defeat PlayStation and Nintendo. I told you so many times that's long gone. He gave up a long time ago. And then you're going to hear him say that making great games, waste of time. It will not make them better than PlayStation or Nintendo. So the idea that they're going to start making great games, no, not happening. I've said it, I'll say it again. He knows he cannot compete with Nintendo, PlayStation as far as consoles. He knows he cannot compete with the games that PlayStation has or Nintendo. He'll tell you. So the dream is simple: the cloud, to be able to play Game Pass on any device, your TV, your phone, tablet, laptop, PC, even on a Nintendo and PlayStation. That's the ultimate dream. So that's what it is. Now, I want to warn you, if you are an Xbot and you have not heard about this, when you watch this, I want you to get the Kleenex box because you are going to be devastated. This is not surprising. Anyone with common sense knows that this is the real story, what's been going on for a long time. But let's hear Phil Spencer say it so you can hear it from his own mouth.
See a lot of conversation, of course. I want to praise you and the team for really elevating the PC side of this Xbox ecosystem. I think we've seen a lot of great strides in that. But when you see the community talk about the console side of things, do you think you've lost the focus or maybe put too much onto the PC side? Do you think that the console is still getting the console love that it deserves, whether it be the homepage update, achievements, of course, looking forward and using the power of this next gen? Do you think you guys have lost that focus, or is it still there? And can we see more?
This is the problem with Xbox. You hear what the man said and talking about consoles? He talks about a homepage refresh, achievements. What about games? What about games? For Xbox, because they have no games, their big focus is on home pages, achievements, controller designs. They have no games to talk about. This is why Xbox is what it is.
Love on that side.
We'll definitely continue to focus on making our console experience as great as it can be. I like the homepage refresh and some stuff. I will say this might be disruptive as well. We have a different vision. You know, Paris talked about this. It's play the games you want with the people you want anywhere you want. We want Xbox to be something that people who buy our console can feel like they're a member of. Obviously, who are playing on PC, who are playing on cloud, that they feel like they're full members of our ecosystem. Game Pass players can play on many different devices, and we remain fully committed to that. We're not in the business of out consoling Sony or out consoling Nintendo. There isn't really a great solution or win for us. And I know that will upset a ton of people, but it's just the
You heard it from his mouth. Xbox, you have heard it from his mouth. Regardless of what you delusional Xbox think, you have heard it from the man's mouth. Your God has told you. There is no way they can compete with Sony and Nintendo. From his own mouth, he told you that. But it gets even better.
truth of the matter is that when you're third place in the console marketplace and the top two players are as strong as they are and have, in certain cases, very, very discrete focus on doing deals and other things that will that kind of make being Xbox hard for us as a team. That's on us.
Making Xbox hard as a team, it's on us. You're $1 trillion company. You have the most studios. It's not hard. It is on you, though. Give Nintendo, give Sony trillions of dollars. Give them the most studios. And what do you think the result would be? You already know. Great games. Just more great games.
That's not on anybody else. Our vision is that everybody who's on console has to feel like they have a great experience and they're a first-class citizen. They've invested a ton in our platform. But we are not in a position, and I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
If you're an Xbox fan, you have got to be just feeling devastated. I told you, many people have told you, Xbox doesn't make great games. Why? Because their games go on Game Pass. This is common sense. Think about it. If you're a developer and you're making a game for Game Pass, do you think you are going to put in your best effort? No, because it's going to Game Pass. Now, if you're making a game for $70, do you think you would want to give your best effort? You would think you would, but obviously the Redfall devs, they didn't think so. But this is why Xbox will continue to get games like Redfall and Crackdown and things like that. And this is why they'll still be championing Forza, because they don't have any games. It's sad. $1 trillion company with the most studios, and they don't have any great games to show for it. Once again, you are hearing it from his own mouth. He knows that a lot of people want them to make great games. He's heard it, but he said it won't do any good. Why bother? It's not going to change a thing. That's what he believes. So if you're thinking about buying an Xbox, why? You just heard the man. You're not getting great games. Why bother? If you're an Xbot, I know you're getting free sweatshirts. I know you're getting a free console. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get sent a few bucks here and there. But you can see that Xbot right there, the Paris dude, the dude in the black t-shirt that has a headset on. He's an Xbot. You could just look at him and tell he's dead. His soul has been taken. He's lifeless. He will not be able to continue after hearing this. And good for Phil. Phil Spencer has never accomplished a single thing in his life. He has failed at everything Microsoft has given him, but yet he continues to keep his job. It's amazing. But Phil Spencer is being honest about this. There's nothing they can do to compete with PlayStation and Nintendo.
So when you go and you're building on Xbox, we want our Xbox community to feel awesome. But this idea that if we just focused more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. Like 90% of the people every year who walk into a retailer to buy a console are already a member of one of the three ecosystems. And their digital library is there. This is the first generation where the big games that they're playing were games that were available last gen. When you think about Fortnite and Roblox and Minecraft, like the continuity from generation to
Well, me personally, if Xbox came out with 5 great games on the level of a PlayStation almost, and then they had at least 5 more coming, that's 10 great games. I would buy an Xbox. I can't speak for everyone else, but I don't have an Xbox because of no great games. Give me great games, I would get an Xbox. But this is how he feels.
Generation is so strong. I see a lot of pundits out there that kind of want to go back to the time where we all had cartridges and discs, and every new generation was a clean slate, and you could switch the whole console share. That's just not the world that we are in today. There is no world where Starfield's an 11 out of 10 and people start selling their PS5s. That's not going to happen. So what we have to do, and we have this unique vision because we see what creators want to do. Creators want to build games that can meet players on any screen. People play with their friends regardless of what other screen they're on. And the console is the core of the Xbox brand. There's no doubt. So like we will stay focused on making sure that console experience is awesome. But I know some people want to hold us up of just being a better green version of what the blue guys do. And I'm just going to say, like, there's not a win for Xbox in staying in the wake of somebody else. We have to go off and do our own thing with Game Pass, with the stuff we do with xCloud, and the way we build our games. Sorry, I was a little long-winded.
No, that was perfect. No. And unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Phil. I know that.
Yeah, you got to say goodbye because he already knows. That Xbot already knows. Say goodbye now because it's devastation. Those 2 dudes on set, they got the tissue boxes ready to go. I promise you, they're going to cry. They're going to curse. They're going to throw the laptop across the room. Paris right there with the headset, that Xbot. He's going to start breaking stuff. I tell you, it's a dark day. As a matter of fact, this is the darkest day for an Xbot in the history of Xbox. Phil Spencer has just told you, great games, not going to happen because it wouldn't save you. Can you compete with PlayStation and Nintendo? No, you can't. It's impossible. He's already given up on that. You've heard the man say it himself. So, I guess thank you, Phil Spencer, for setting the Xbox straight. It's going to be fun, entertaining videos coming out today. A lot of them already out. Xbots, how will they spin this one? How can they spin this? I don't think you can. So, there it is. Let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts.